did. He's really grown into his role now, and he's becoming an important player in those middle overs, as we saw with Imran Tahir over the years. Vital that he plays his part. That was a wonderful delivery. You saw how early Smith came down the wicket, dragged it down, sent it down the leg side. That was an important wicket because it was almost like Steve Smith was going to try and cut loose at that stage, and that probably helped things come back. But Betlakwai mixed it up. Lungiangiri's slow balls were good. And at the first match of a series, you're not quite sure of their variations. You watch the video analysis that the analysis guy will present before the first game, but till you've been out there and worked out and seen the variations live, you still take some adjustments. So they'll understand things better in the next game and the third game about what they need to do. But just a little bit not quite what we've expected from these guys at the back end.
Yeah, we'll look at the rest of the wickets as they go down, and in this case, it's a case where Australia are trying to capitalize at the back end. They've got to get as many as they can. What do we think then of 196 as a score?
Well, on this ground, we just know how difficult it can be. We're also coming off a match at Supersport Park where they chased down over 220. It can be one of those grounds. If Quinton de Kock gets in or Faf du Plessis gets going, David Miller, very difficult to adjust and to be able to defend on this ground. It's a really good score, don't get me wrong, but I always just think at the Wanderers, you're never out of it, even if someone gets 200 on the board.
There's a rejig in terms of the order. Van der Dussen is slated to go up at the top. What does that do? Do you reckon it's okay? Are they all okay to just fit in wherever?
Proper skills, the two bowlers up front for Australia for me. Stark is the kind of guy who can get it to swing it. I think it is an evening where he might get the ball to swing through the air, and Cummins very good at hitting his areas, very good at giving you absolutely nothing. Bowling with high speed, bounce. So I would expect a better performance, particularly after what they saw what the South Africans did. They must have had a chat and said, come on guys, we can't offer up those kind of deliveries. So they're looking to squeeze. If they pick up the big wicket of Quinton de Kock, then they really are in the pound seats. Also remember, Faf hasn't played for a while. It's one thing having net sessions, but to walk out to the middle and just go from ball one, he'll probably try and find a few deliveries to get into his rhythm and really get going.
Okay, so which way do you lean then with 197 to get?
I think Australia, still, they've got some good skills in the middle with Richardson and the spinners, but I don't think South Africa's out of it. I think if they have a good start, the first 6 overs, if it matches what the power play of Australia was, then they've got a real chance. But I still would think with the amount of bowling that they have got, Australia, they should be good enough to defend 197.
Okay, those are the thoughts of Sean Pollock. They're the Australians. They're ready to go and defend their 196. The bull ring awaits, and we've got a good crowd in here today. They're having a lovely time as well. Let's hope that the second part is as good as the first part has been.
You make me feel so alive.
All clear for another brand new season.
Red light.
Green flag.
Green light.
This is fantastic stuff.
What a race. What an unbelievable race.
Red light.
Do your own DIY projects. You're adding value to the house, saving money. You can make a huge difference to your home with warehouse prices.
4-litre Dulux Weather Shield exterior paint, only $81.90. Ryobi 18-volt hammer drill kit, $199. Mimosa adjustable sun lounger, $179. Earthwool insulation bats, just $71.79.
Where you find a competitor's lower price on the same stock datum will beat it by 10%.
Bunnings Warehouse.
Shop at Bunnings wherever you are, whenever you want.
Toyota Camry. Defy expectation. Oh, what a feeling. Toyota.
Well, you're obviously with Alinta Energy.
Yeah, of course. Especially with their great energy deal.
Shall we test them out?
Turn it off, mate.
Join over 1 million Australians. Switch to Alinta Energy, supporting your home team.
ICC Women's T20 World Cup. February 21 to March 8. Adults from $20, kids just $5. Get your tickets today at t20worldcup.com.
day.
Iron Jack.
Water first. Iron Jack, thirst crushing refreshment.
There's nothing better than actually looking at a project and that feeling of completion when you've actually done it and knowing that you've saved the money, you've done it yourself, and you get to enjoy it.
Holman Spotlight Value Pack, only $99. Ryobi 18-volt lawnmower kit, $399. Karcher handheld steam cleaner, $139. 5-litre Cabot's Aquadeck Ready Bucket, just $89.
Where you find a competitor's lower price, on the same stock datum will beat it by 10%.
Bunnings Warehouse.
Shop at Bunnings wherever you are, whenever you want.
Toyota Camry. Defy expectation. Oh, what a feeling. Toyota.
He'll make me feel so alive.
Welcome back to the Wanderers. That is what South Africa is requiring. 197. Of course, they've got 20 overs. If the weather plays its role, which looks like it will at this stage, the required run rate is just a shade under the 10 mark. So they've got their work cut out. However, 10 runs the over was pretty much the norm. If you look at the 3 T20s that were played against England recently, Quinton de Kock has just been in ridiculous form of late. He really has had an amazing summer. Strike rate of 135, average of 32. Those numbers are really good. He's a very talented player. Robbie Peterson's alongside me. Robbie's a look at these numbers also from Russ, who's opening the batting as well. They've got their work cut out, South Africa. This isn't impossible.
Anything's possible at the Wanderers. It is a challenging total. They need to get off to a good start. Rassie van der Ditsen, of course, batting in the middle order against England. Today he's up top. Mitchell Starc, can he get the ball to swing? Left arm fast, quality.
Well, he's always going to be a threat, Mitchell Starc. Doesn't matter if he's got a red ball in his hand or a white ball. Economy rate is really good for this format of the game. That is outstanding. 6.7 is quite ridiculous, actually. I think we know that he is so good at the top and so good at the end as well. He won't get the reverse swing really at the death, but he's so good with his Yorkers and the shape that he gets. He's swinging the ball away from Quinton de Kock.
Yeah, he will attack the stumps. You will see it swing. They've got the slip in Australia. Here we go, Mitchell Starc into the attack.
It's a lovely shot first up. Work to be done. That is tidy work. Good stuff from Mitchell Marsh down there. A wide third man. Scooted around the boundary.
A good effort, Mitchell Marsh. I think they're just going to have a look at the umpires. And that looks pretty good to me. Good effort.
Such an athlete too, Mitchell Marsh. No dramas there. Bongani Jele as the umpires wanting to have a second look at that. No dramas. Move on. Interesting to see the change of length of the Australian bowler's bowl. That's where South Africa let themselves down so badly right at the start. Short and wide. It's quite amazing how regularly they bowled so short.
They went to square far too often, the South Africans. And I'm sure the Australians will learn from that. They'll attack the stumps a lot more. Just look at all the Australian fielders. They all got rags with them. We wonder what effect the duel have this evening.
Looks like they've done their homework. Oh, that is an absolute beauty. That is a sensational delivery. to knock over someone like Quinton de Kock. That movement away from Mitchell Starc, that is really special.
And that's what he does. Mitchell Starc, world class. He attacks the stumps, gets it to swing, and to be able to knock over a play of Quinton de Kock's caliber, it's got to be something special. Have a look at this, looking to flick it on the onside, and what a sight. Middle stump cartwheeling, great seam presentation, wonderful delivery.
Wow. That is exactly what he would have been dreaming of. I think Mitchell Starc so early to knock over Quinton de Kock. He's gone for 2. That is a huge wicket for Australia. 2 for 1. So there was some speculation as to whether Faf du Plessis would actually open. He's out there pretty quickly.
He's had a bit of a layoff, Faf du Plessis. He does open for his franchise in the IPL. Those are great numbers. 35.87 average. But look at the strike rate, 135. Best of 119. Yeah, at the Wanderers.
It's an early strike for Australia. Du Plessis now. It's a little bit too high. Height always comes into the umpire's mind straight away.
Yeah, very difficult to get LBWs at the Wanderers. It's got to be really full. Almost Yorker length, in fact. But what a delivery to get first up. Swung back. Challenged this forward defence.
Absolutely nothing wrong with the line, that's for sure. He is bang on target. Mitchell Starc. He's got his tail up. He's a real danger. Du Plessis is away.
Yeah, there's that appeal. He just straightens. Very difficult to get LBWs. I think that's good decision. Too high.
Just after that appeal, by the way, Keary also said height. And that's why.
Very difficult. As I said of the Wanderers, you've got to get it really full to get the LBW.
Now, Van der Dussen is on strike for the last ball of this, the first over. He's got to be in tune with the game now. He's got to engage here. Short leg in. It's leg side. What a good start from Starc. 3 for 1.
Have a look at this. Got to be something special to get rid of a man in that form.
Hamstring strain, Temba Bavuma. They're hoping he's going to be okay for the next game. Now, so far, he's coming on nicely. There will be a fitness test before the next game, which is a day game, or an afternoon game, I should say, in Port Elizabeth on Sunday. Richardson. Come back for the second.
His number, 16 matches, 17 wickets. Economy decent. He bowls a lot in the power play and at the death. A really good performer, renowned for his death bowling, Kane Richardson.
I think that's the thing about him. He can bowl anywhere. Slants the ball in. He's got a good slower ball. That's what you see from him all the time. Just slanting the ball in, making the batsman play. A couple of things that might surprise some of our viewers. One thing that might surprise you, Robbie. He's a vegan. Something else. Now this will surprise you. He's got a time trial. He did a 2-kilometre time trial in Australia. He ran 6 minutes 39. Very fit cricketer. That is some going. Try and do that tomorrow. Robbie, I'm talking to you.
Six minutes 39. That's some going. Not sure that that helps your bowling. I reckon I'll be around about the 10-minute mark, has he?
That's downhill.
Well, I got my bike.
So South Africa have their work cut out here with that early loss. Now Australia also lost an early wicket, but they maintained a very good run rates. They were going at 12s actually after 5. You might remember quite a few boundaries are scored right at the start of the innings.
Those are the comparisons. 16 for 1 after 1.4. South Africa 6 for 1. So similar positions. But it's pretty clear the tactic of the Australians, attacking the stumps a lot more than the South Africans did.
Length is better. No extra bounce.
Missed out there, Rassie van der Dussen. Third man's in the circle. Got a little bit of width. Felt he missed out on a boundary. Just a little bit of extra bounce that you get to the Wanderers with the new ball.
He nearly steered South Africa home in the second T20 against England. Rassie van der Dussen. Seven for 1. Klaasen was going to be batting at number 4, but he had that really unfortunate situation 5 minutes before the toss where he got injured. So Smuts came in. He wasn't playing. Klaasen was at number 4. Smuts came in. Now they've got to play really well. They really do. Someone's got to grab this game. I guess one of the positives. You remember how the Australians batted. There were a lot of guys that got runs. 40s, couple of 40s, bunch of 20s. One of these or two of these South Africans can get good totals. I know that's often unusual in T20 cricket, but if they can control this innings, a couple of South Africans, and that'll go a long way to helping him in this first one.
I think often when you're chasing out big totals, you work out what you can get in the last 5 overs and you work backwards. So I think that will be a discussion before the South Africans came out. What are they prepared to chase in the last 5 overs at the Wanderers, considering the altitude? Dew might come into effect a little bit more. There we see the equation. 190 of 106 deliveries. 10.75 that run rate required.
Cries of catch it. It has gone over the top of the glove. Was there any connection? Yes, there was. 4 runs as the result.
It's pretty much a free hit. It was short, going down the leg side. Fine legs in the ring. So any little batter at altitude will always beat the keeper. Almost apologetically, he raises both hands. Mitchell Starc, he knew he got that one a bit wrong. But if you're going to persist in that length and that tactic with short leg in, you probably want to have a fine leg.
Just going to be the one.
It was interesting watching Rassie van der Dussen in the Test match series. Sam Curran dismissed him quite a few times, the left armour. It's a little bit of a challenge for him facing Mitchell Starc. Pace, he's got a slip in, he's got the short leg.
But no slippers. That's where Rassie's downfall was, going across after a couple of balls coming back into him. The left-armed Curran. That's a wide. Just a brush of the glove. On its way to a boundary. Left the hand from Starc. 12 wides for South Africa. An extra ball was bowled each time a wide was bowled. 19 runs were scored off that extra ball. It's nicely bowled. So 12 wides and then 19 runs off that extra ball. That means the wides cost South Africa 31 runs. I mean, that really is extraordinary.
Just didn't have a clinical day in the field with the ball, the catching. The decision-making wasn't clear. They did fight back well. At one stage it looked as Australia were going to get a score in excess of 200, maybe even 220. They certainly did themselves no favours, South Africa.
That's fine, and it's also 4. That's a nice way to finish the over. 10 from that, 17 for 1.
I'm not sure he's got the right field here, Mitchell Starc. He needs his fine leg back. You feel he bowls at pace. He bends the ball back at the right-hander. Any little edge, the ball's always going to fly down in that direction. The minimum of effort, Faf du Plessis gets a boundary.
.180 is what's required from here. Just to finish that story, we've been chatting about the altitude here, and 1,633 metres above sea level at the Wanderers. Ball travels an extra 4 metres than it does at sea level at this venue.
Got the old tape measure out, Hazy?
Yeah, I was here yesterday with Josh from Hawkeye. He kept dropping the tape, of course, which didn't help things. Cummins. How's this guy for a cricketer?
I've always been impressed with him, even from his debut in a test match here at the Wanderers where he took 6 for against South Africa. He seems to be a thinking fast bowler. He just doesn't run up and bowl quick. There's a lot of thought that goes behind what he does.
You say that was such surprise, Robbie?
I'd have captained 1 or 2 of them in my time, Hazy. No, he's a serious cricketer. It's Pat Cummins.
Giving yourself some room. He's hit that very high indeed. Down to third man, and it is a blinder. That is a magnificent catch by Starc. That went a long, long way up in the air. That's hard to judge when it goes that high.
You're always in the game at the Wanderers when you field at third man. You're always catching opportunities. Guys going hard at the ball. But there it is. I wonder if he took some pace off. No, he didn't. Just hit the good length. That went exceptionally high. Came down with ice. Misjudged it initially. But what a take. Very difficult in the night sky. It's an exceptional take, and that man Cummins does it again. Rassie van der Dussen opening the batting out for 6. South Africa 17 for 2.
I sort of get the feeling that Mitchell Starc's happy is 6'7", 6'8". Stretch all that way at the end and still got there quite comfortably. JJ Smuts. So work for John Smuts to do. Hasn't played too many internationals. Handy cricketer. Oh, it's a very good delivery. That'll bruise.
I guess the challenge for South Africa is John Smuts wasn't expecting to play. They had to change their opening combination. Temba Bavuma out, the hamstring injury. Byt van Biljon making his debut today. Faf du Plessis hasn't been part of the action for a while, so it's going to be a challenging chase here for South Africa.
Neither is that inside thigh. It's now part of the action, well and truly. It'll be blue tomorrow. That's the running block, I think.
Yeah, Rassie van der Dussen going leg side, trying to give himself a little bit of room to hit over the shorter side, which is the offside from the golf course end, but this is a terrific catch. Misjudged it initially. Safe as houses. He doesn't drop too many. Mitchell Starc is a great pair of hands. A little bit of salute to the crowd.
Now that's away fine. That's a very good shot by Faf du Plessis. Needed that boundary.
Yeah, already a lot more discipline from the Australians in the power play. South Africa having to resort to a little bit of invention to get the ball to the fence. It was done exceptionally well, Faf du Plessis.
That's a really good point, Robbie. All the Australians had to do when they were batting was making sure they put the ordinary balls away. South Africa had to really try to do different stuff. And again, over the top of the keeper. 4 more back-to-back boundaries. 8 off the over, 25 for 2. Also a wicket.
The second one, he plays the shot exceptionally well, Faf du Plessis. You saw Alex Carey preempting where the ball was going to end up. He just moves to his left. But at altitude, it was always going to go to the fence.
The original rate was 9.85. The required rate now has just gone up a fraction. 10.75. Nothing to be too concerned about at this stage. Richardson again. Oh, that's solid. That's a really good shot. Right out of the screws for 4.
Yeah, good shot, John Smuts. He loves that area over Cow, long on. Just enough room to be able to extend those arms. Good shot. Wasn't expecting to play today, but you never know. Those are the opportunities you have to take.
Sweeper out there, just the one. Just a quick indication of the value of Faf du Plessis. He hasn't been dismissed below 30 in his last 10 knocks, excluding this one, in the T20 arena. Very good T20 cricketer for South Africa. Faf du Plessis. His one-day record, by the way, is even better. No longer captain, did an outstanding job as captain for South Africa for a long time.
I think the one thing he's done for du Plessis, he always seems to be improving his game. Used to love running down the wicket and just hitting it over long on or mid on for the boundary, but now playing shots with a little bit more invention, using ramp shots that have been deceived. Maybe just change the pace a little bit, Kane Richardson. He's always evolving as a player. Faf du Plessis plays a lot of T20 cricket.
There was a solid hit straight to the covers, through for 1. Also loves playing against Australia. Last time he played against Australia was the World Cup, got 100.
It's a good slower ball. You'd have felt he missed out here, Faf du Plessis. Missed out on a boundary, be disappointed.
Shy.
Even if you lost a few wickets here at the Wanderers, you know you can always catch up at some point. There's always boundary options, altitude, the ball travels a long way. So no need to panic for the South Africans just yet.
The Australians only scored 49 off their last 5 when they were batting, so there's an opportunity. Sliced away, straight to the sweeper. Just a single to finish. 8 off the over, 33 for 2. As a look at the worm comparison, see that Australia were out of the blocks very quickly. South Africa losing a couple. Losing a couple has made them just drop off a little bit. The commentary box now, Sean Pollock and Pommy Mbungu.
Thank you, Michael. It's the date, the start in comparison. Some way, somehow, he's got it down there. Went fine. Mitchell Starc having to do a lot of work to make sure that doesn't go for 4. Great stuff.
Yeah, nothing like a fellow fast bowler backing you up down on the boundary. One maybe stayed a little bit lower than Faf du Plessis was expecting. Under edge, Q end of the bat. Always give your fellow fast bowler a bigger applause than maybe some of the fielders.
Long way down from up there.
We saw in the last over Faf du Plessis 2 boundaries. He got down and played the ramp and flicked it over 45, and he played it superbly well. But the moral of the story was because of the good bowling from Cummins that was basically the only option. Cummins was hitting length deliveries. He was asking him to make the play. Faf du Plessis has gone down and done that. And if you work out the element of risk behind it, it's probably like a 75 to 80% risk shot of something going wrong. And that's what you want. Just a little bit of a warning for Cummins about maybe encroaching on the danger area.
Please get off, he says, running on the pitch on the protected area. And in turn he said, can you take a step back and stand on my mark? Drilled hard. Oh, hits and is out, you know. He hit it that hard and it got to David Warner very quickly. Normally he hits him.
Yeah, running on adrenaline there, absolutely no single on. You'll see he's well short. Would have been run out by about 2 meters. Particularly when you pick up David Warner, you've got to watch where he is in the field. There's some good quality fielders in this Australian lineup, but Warner's one of them. He moves quickly, he's low to the ground, he picks up and releases very quickly as well.
You also would get a sense, and change rooms would feel this way, and that's a wry smile from Faf du Plessis. That is just not quite going for you, because there's a big shot, a really well thumped shot from Smuts that goes straight to the fielder. Here's du Plessis helping that on its way, and it picks out the man who's in it, a short fine leg. That's gone up in the air. It's Zampa, is it down there? Yep. His head's thumped the turf, but he's kept a hold of the ball. Another one down. Wickets galore here for Australia.
Now, this is what you get if you bowl this kind of length, the back of a length, you make sure it's straight. South Africa, when they were at the crease, offered up too much width. It's the shot that Smuts loves. He loves to drag it across almost baseball style. He might have to go for a concussion test after he whacks his head on the ground. He seems to be okay. He's got a smile in his face, but Cummins is watching. He's had to watch twice while the ball hovers in the air and to see whether the outfielders can take the catch. Smuts gone. 7:38 for 3.
Hard back of a link. He's trying to work it from offside to onside. Oh, it's a real thump. It's okay, I think. He's up and ready. David Miller. It's out to the middle. Best score for 101 not out. Top strike rate generally would be batting at the back end of an innings. Here is in with 1 ball to go in the power play. It's Miller time, I guess, because he's got to go out there. Not what would usually be called Miller time. A different sort of innings here. There's another. That's bound the field. Sweetly struck. What a dot. 38 for 3.
Power 8 power play. Australia was 70 for 1. South Africa 38 for 3. What a brilliant delivery. I see a change of action for Mitchell Starc. He shortened that bowling arm. He was superb. Got the ball to swing nicely. And then Cummins came on and hit some really good areas. This and caught at third man. A couple of good ramp shots in a row from Faf du Plessis. But eventually another wicket done by excessive pace. John Smuts, second catch down on the fence. 38 for 3. Not the ideal situation, trying to chase down a score of 196.
Yeah, there's the comparison. Look on the left hand side. 70 for 1 Australia were, and the ball was flying to all parts. Short deliveries galore, and it allowed the Australian batsmen to throw their hands at the ball. Here's Adam Zampa. Nice time for him to bowl. There's du Plessis in there, 22 from 18, but Miller knew at the crease.
When you have a look at Zampa's figures as they come back for a second, it's going to be comfortable through a bad throw. So Miller's off the mark with the first delivery. Have a look at them. I mean, it's really impressive. Look at the economy rate. 6.16 in T20 cricket, 28 matches, so it's a decent sample size and an average of just over 20. Could be an important cog in Australia's wheel, going down the fact that there's some big grounds in Australia as well.
Got him. Early one, quicker, went on. He was expecting the leg spin, and it just chips the edge and nestles into the gloves of Alex Carey. 4 down, South Africa.
Teams do their analysis. They'll try and work out what each bowler is going to bring to the party when he comes to the crease, and you watch as many videos as you want until you face the variation. It's difficult to adjust, difficult to work things out, and that's nicely bowled. Just the quicker leg spinner which flicks on, finds the outside edge, comfortable as you can for Carey, and has an immediate impact. We talked about his figures. He's doing the job already. The 4th South African wickets down. Miller just 2 deliveries, 2 runs. 40 for 4.
Pate van Billion on debut. Just keeps going on. Yep, there you go. Ultra edge confirms what was already accepted.
We talked about the change of action for Mitchell Starc, but what I have noticed about Zampa is he just gets it through just that touch quicker. When he first came onto the scene, it was a bit loopy. People could get down the wicket to him and whack him into all parts, and if he dragged down there, plenty of time to adjust and put it away to the boundary. He's definitely sped things up just a touch. That last delivery, 90 kilometers per hour, and that's where he's hovering around there.
It's all Australia. 41 for 4. South Africa. Nicely nudged. 42 for 4. Big Vern, can you hear us?
Hey Bob, yeah, I can hear you. How are you going?
Yeah, I'm good, thank you. What's it like in the bucket?
A lot more relaxed and a lot more easier up here, I suppose, Pom. Yeah, I think it's you know, a wonderful initiative by KFC, you know, to bring the fans out here, and we've been mingling a couple of interesting questions, but yeah, it's, you know, good to hear their point of view sitting on the couch, and always have the best comments in the house.
Let us in on one of the questions that might have been odd.
Yeah, the one that asked me said, you know, when you mark out your run-up, you know, what are you trying to achieve by that? Do you try and run further every ball, or, you know, what is so that was pretty funny.
Bernard's Polly, you try and run less and less, don't you?
Absolutely, Paul, you know the trick.
Exactly.
All you get, you try and shorten it, run up.
conserve the energy. What did you think of the bowling performance of the Australians so far? You must have been impressed by the seamers.
Yeah, I think, you know, they've set the tone up front here. You know, yeah, you know, our bowlers obviously, you know, their batter's got a bit of a momentum up front. So I think we're going to have to bat well in the middle here, Paul. Hopefully we can string a little bit of a partnership together to pick, you know, to put the pressure on them at the back end. We all know you can chase, you know, 13, 14 to the back end here. So I think it's just, you know, having to set it up for the next couple of overs.
Can they get this? It's a long way away.
It is a long way away, Paul, Pom, but I still believe, you know, anything's possible at this ground, and we all know it. We've seen it in the past. We just need to get a bit of a partnership and some momentum going here.
Okay, I'll let you get back to your bucket, mate. I see it right there, so enjoy. Yeah, in looking at this, you see South Africa struggle here, and 43 for 4. You say, surely they've got to have started better than this. Just haven't been allowed. It's been chalk and cheese in terms of what was delivered by the bowlers first up. In one, you have batsmen who are not searching for bad deliveries. They're just working on making sure they put them away, and they did that brilliantly, Australia. And here you have South Africa's top order searching for bad balls, searching for width, searching for short stuff and not getting it. Out. There's another searching shot, and it brings about the downfall of Faf du Plessis. Further in the mire, South Africa.
Yeah, this isn't ideal for South Africa. They needed someone to be there for a sustained period of time to give themselves a chance. The mainstay, Faf du Plessis, gone. Extra cover was the gap he was looking for. Gave himself some room, but just cut across it. Richardson takes a comfortable catch right on the fence. It wasn't anywhere near the middle of Faf du Plessis' bat. But Australia have been brilliant. Posted a good score. Their bowlers have come out and stuck to a good game plan. Du Plessis goes for 24. 44 for 5.
it just doesn't get enough bat on it. It's trying to go a bit straighter than that. And Ashtonega, first over, gets a wicket. Australia all over South Africa. Here's Andile Petrugwayo. A lot earlier than he would have anticipated coming out to bat. And up against the spinners.
Yeah, his figures in one-day internationals a lot more impressive than that, so we know he can play.
Oh, that's in front, you know. That's in front. That's out. 2 in a row for Ashtonega.
He wants a review, does Petrugwayo. He's going to send it upstairs. Did it pitch in line? That's the only thing that might save him. It's a great start to the game here from Ashtonega. 2 for 2 in 5 deliveries. Coming on in the middle period. Damage had been done up front. But the key is going to be, where does this pitch? Does it pitch in line? No problem with the front foot. This is just a camera to try and see whether there's any bat involved. It's not straight down the line, so you can't exactly work out whether it has pitched in line, but it looks pretty good. At worst, you might feel umpire's call, which will go in the favor of the bowler. No inside edge involved. There's a clear gap between bat and pad. So no issues with that. It's just going to be down to the ball tracking and where did it pitch.
Look away now. There's the confirmation. Red everywhere. Andile Petrugwayo on his way. First ball, South Africa, 44 for 6. There's the first of them. Tries to get that much straighter. Doesn't get enough bat on it. Then Petrugwayo tries to work leg side but goes too far across. Doesn't make contact. So 2 and 2. And Ashtonega has on a hat-trick. Dale Steyn's come out to the middle. Yeah, that tells you something. That face, it's glum. It's because South Africa are struggling big time. Here we go. Got him! That's him! Gone! Ashtonega with a hat-trick for Australia. It's the 12th in T20 cricket. It's the 2nd for Australia after Brett Lee. Magnificent. It's a top catch too.
Yeah, absolutely brilliant from Ashtonega. He gave it some air. He thought he'd throw it up a little bit outside the off stump. Big booming drive from Dale Steyn. But a lot of credit goes down to the Australian captain. He positioned himself at first slip and took an absolute blunder. What a moment for Ashtonega. His first over on this tour of South Africa. South African fans aren't very happy at the result, but appreciate the skills. The first one might have been a bit of a donation from Faf du Plessis. Quality delivery first up to Petrugwayo, and then he gives it some air. It turns, finds that outside edge, and what a good catch. Left hand just goes to his left. Right hand comes to save the moment, and the celebrations can begin. Brilliant, absolutely brilliant from the left arm spinner for Australia. You can see the excitement and appreciation of the captain's catch, and he'll cherish this moment for many, many years to come. He's on a rare board of hat-tricks in T20 internationals. Well done, Ashtonega.
Well, 44 for 7. Rabada facing up to Zampa, who's also got a wicket.
Yeah, what does Pat van Biljon think the other end?
Listen to the crowd. Listen to the crowd. 3 wickets in a row. Consecutive deliveries. They were stunned and they've cheered that single. Absolutely all over South Africa or Australia. They've been superior in terms of skills and look in whatever departments you would like.
Going to use all these variations. A beautiful time to be bowling as a leg spinner. You know that the tail ender maybe won't pick up your variations as clearly as the top order. Give it a little bit more air. KG's off the mark.
You can also set the field how you like. He's got short leg in, he's got a slip in, and just make sure that he's got men in the deep that would be catching. He can be more attacking than defensive. With 7 wickets down and incredibly so many runs to play with. Oh, don't want to miss that.
What is the strategy for Pat van Biljon now? Just try and get yourself in and then maybe express yourself. You know that KG won't die wondering at some stage he'll have a go.
Yeah, right. Approaching 13.5. Just 3 wickets standing. .47 for 7. Ashton Agar, hat-trick number 12. 2020 internationals. That's the first of them. Former South Africa captain in Faf du Plessis, and Andile Petluayo goes across his stumps and doesn't make contact. And then a quite wonderful catch after beautiful delivery that drops and turns. Ashton Agar.
He's looking for the quad, Pom. He's looking for the quad.
Couple of slips in. Oh, so close to mid-off. Van Biljon with the big booming drive, and he'd have had his heart in his mouth as it went past mid-off.
Yeah, he actually played it quite nicely. The contact was good. He just didn't get the elevation to make it comfortable. It works out for him over mid-off. We now get sent back onto the boundary. He's still keeping the 2 slips in place. So Australia, man on the drive.
Oh, bit of a mix-up there. Weight was the call, and Rabada set off.
Yeah, I don't think he was quite aware that it was a left armer at backward point. It was Stark, and to the right hand he could have comfortably pushed through for the single.
Oh, I tell you what, he thinks the height is a problem. He thinks it was pretty good, and they're just discussing whether they should go upstairs or not. In the end, Skip says, okay, I defer to you, bowler. If you don't want it, then never mind.
You don't often find the bowler saying, nah. He hits him on the waist.
Not so sure it's too high, you know. there's that sweep. It says height because of where it hits him, but he's low down when that happens.
Bales, I reckon. Nicking the bales, maybe?
Something. There you go. There's something for this bullring crowd to cheer about. 6 runs off the bat of KFC Rabada.
I always say it, he's got more talent from a batting perspective than a lot of people give him credit for, and this is an example of it. Makes it look so easy, just down onto the knee, flat bats it comfortably over the boundary. Great shot that by Rabada. I think Pat might have to work on his running between the wickets over the next few days.
10 gone, it's 59 for 7, South Africa. There's the bucket for you. KFC Big Bucket, along with the KFC Band, create the ultimate fan experience at the KFC T20 Internationals. Bucket loads of fun. Wonderful atmosphere here at the Bullring as well. As usual, Stark back in. So is Mark Nicholas. And with him, Victor Peter.
Well, it is a wonderful atmosphere, but the fact is there's also an anticlimax because the South African fans are shocked at the way that things have fallen apart here. 59 for 7. We've only had 10 overs of the innings. Starker bowled superbly with the new ball, knocked over Quinton de Kock with a delivery to remember, is back into the attack. And the difference, Victor, has been the quality of the bowling, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely, Mark. And you just look at how the Australians bowled up front. And something that we were talking about in the first half of the game is the South Africans put themselves under pressure, especially in the first 6 overs. Too many short and wide deliveries that were punished, which meant that they needed to be a little bit more defensive. That was at 6 overs, going at 12 runs and over. At the moment, South Africans are struggling because now they're forced to do something different.
Now it's left to Pate van Villiers and KG Rabada to entertain the crowd with the bat, because in the end, look at this any way you want. People come here to see the ball cleanly struck. The 4s, the 6s, the excitement of a close match as we had in 3 consecutive T20s against England. But it looks as if that may be beyond South Africa this evening. Such a shame. The Wanderers, as everybody's been saying, provides a vibe. Beautifully played. There's batting talent for you. Simplest of strokes, perfectly pulled off.
Yeah, lovely balance by KG Rabada. A little bit on the leg side and just straying a touch, but a quality shot. Plays some lovely shots, KG. We saw him in the test matches. Cover drives that he plays. This one just angling in, but it's all about the balance.
Right idea. You do see KG play so many shots that have pedigree.
Yeah, definitely, and that's why whenever he plays in Test match cricket, thought is maybe he might just move up the order because of the shots that he normally plays. Just to be a little bit more consistent is when he comes maybe down at first class level to bat a touch higher, so that he can play those innings when he plays for South Africa.
Good idea. Uncharacteristic from Alex Carey, and wins a boundary for South Africa. Wide's called, 4 of them.
Bowled well with a new ball. Mitchell Starc is missing his radar to KG. Again, this one is angled down and just goes with the angle and goes for 4 wides.
Bold, still a hint of swing for Starc. He got it to really go against Quinton de Kock at the start. Hint of it there, not as lavish as it was against de Kock. Second ball of the innings for the second time today. Warner hit a boundary, first ball. Steyn got him next ball. Kock hit a 2 just behind square on the offside, and Starc got him next ball. Pretty good players to knock over quickly. $69 for 7. Right, here we go. Quinton de Kock. Unbelievable delivery. Thinks it's a leg stump ball. Then this very good catch. Rid of Rassie van der Dussen. Catches were coming thick and fast here for the Australians, who are a good fielding side. The thin edge, David Miller, such a good ball striker, done straight away. Now we're talking the big wicket as far as the Australians are concerned. Faf du Plessis. Now we're back live. Should be a couple here. And by the way, another thing you just turned on, Ashton Agar, the fellow with no hair on his head, bowling left arm spin right now, has picked up a hat-trick. There's the LBW. There's the catch and slip. Fantastic stuff, 3 in a row, a hat-trick. Second by an Australian. Slip fielder. Very quick outfield.
Just got enough turn, hasn't he? We saw that delivery that he bowled to Dale Steyn, got the outside edge, caught by slip, but this time it's just a touch too short. It just goes a little bit wider to slip. It's a sharp catch, unfortunate enough. And the outfielder as well at the Wanderers, it's quick enough to go for 4.
But it's very difficult in between balls bowled by spinners. About the young cricketers in South Africa, you know more about them than just about anybody going around at the moment. I know that the Under-19 World Cup didn't go anything like as well as you hoped it would. But I want to hear about the guys out there you think may come through and make an impact at full international level, as Agar rejigs the field out on the leg side. Quite a big move. Obviously going to bowl a lot straighter here to Rabado. Leg slips in place, 3 back, leg side. Must have been a bluff.
Yeah, sort of trying to protect that leg side boundary to Rabado's already hitting for 6 on the other side there. Yeah, just on your point, Mark, it's always an interesting time now, because a week ago,
absolutely has. Great slog at the ball from Van Biljon, but it's to no avail. Very difficult debut game. Almost an impossible situation for him when he came into bat amidst all the drama of the hat-trick, the loss of the early key players, the early loss of the key players, I should say. And in the end, with the rate roaring up to 15 and over, throws all caution to the wind and pays the price. Extraordinary figures for Agar, 4 for 22 from 3 overs. Pavilion gone, Van Billion, I should say, for 16. Dressing room down its heel, I'm afraid to say. Career best figures, by the way, for Ashton Agar tonight. Just give us a quick line on those young players that you're talking about.
Yeah, I just think that in one-day cricket it becomes a little bit easier. If you think about this team about a week ago, and with the players coming in slightly different. Pat van Biljon, even though he's 38, Lungi Ngidi is the next batsman, is a player that's really done well in domestic level. There's a couple of guys with the current one-day competition, the momentum one-day cup that's on. Some of those guys that played in the test match, you would have seen Sabir Hamza was scoring a lot of runs now. He's a leading run scorer in that format, a guy that hasn't really played one-day cricket, but there are those guys that are doing quite well with the bat. Thing is, the resources for the ball, I think that's where it is. And at times, if you look at this team at the moment, a lot of guys coming out of injury, a lot of guys that have been arrested, and I think that's what's happened. We have been tested. South Africa has been tested the last 3 T20 games, death bowling, and now today again. It's not about ability, it's just about the rustiness with the side at the moment.
Lungi Ngidi, the man out there with KG Rabada. The rate 15 and a half and over, 119, 46 balls. And though we've talked a lot about the gulf between the sides this evening, you don't look at the sides on paper and feel that South Africa should be suffering in the way they have tonight. The fact is, they got the lengths wrong, the lines wrong with the ball, and Australia got a total that, on this pitch certainly, which is a tricky pitch, slightly uneven bounce and pace. Help for the spinner, difficult pitch, certainly not a 200 pitch. Disappointment for a big crowd in at the Wanderers tonight, though, as we've mentioned, at one of the stands, the bleachers away to the golf course end of the ground, completely out of action for a problem of the storms earlier today, and they've had to close it. It's unsafe. Both sides, of course, working towards the T20 World Cup in Australia. This is the Australians' first of 16 games in a run into that tournament. So they've got a lot of 2020 cricket to come as preparation for the tournament on their own turf. They won the 2015 50-over World Cup on their own turf under Michael Clarke. No one would bet against them, I think. Aaron Finch in the 2020 World Cup. That's a massive hit. Miles from Rabada, the longest boundary, deep into the stands. The man has a great deal of talent.
That's why we always talk about the ability that he possesses at times when he plays shots. KG Rabada on the front foot this time is just a short delivery that he helps on his way. The timing is just outstanding. Goes the longest part of the ground and just sails away for a maximum.
There it is then, a little summary. 196 for 6, the Australians. Put into bat by Quinton de Kock. Here's Ashton Agar, who was thumped that into the hands of Long On. Well, what a disappointment. Agar's 5th wicket. A triumphant night for the tall, slim man from Perth. What a performance from him. 5 for 22 he has now from 3 overs and 1 ball.
Yeah, it's been a wonderful performance there by Agar, who comes in and bowls his left on spin, but he's been very skillful. Comes round the wicket, tries to get the ball to turn a delivery against Andile Petlukoya. This one is from Nglungi Ngidi, who's trying to clear the boundary. Doesn't drop many. David Warner, comfortable catch, easy catch.
Well, I saw his first test match at Trent Bridge in England and thought, wow, what a cricketer in the making. Never quite evolved into the bowler that perhaps people thought he might be in the longer form of the game, though that may still come. He can bat, bowl, field, and he's done for Ngidi. Look at this, they're round the bat. It's another hat-trick ball. His 2nd of the night. Wicket with the last ball of the previous over. Wicket with the first ball of this over. His 4th. A slip and a gully are in place. It couldn't be, could it? Oh! Only by a whisker has Ashton Agar failed to get a double hat-trick tonight. Or 2 hat-tricks, I suppose I should say. Double hat-tricks, 6 wickets and 6 balls. Ray Shamsi is, well, we might have had a run out. It was a fumble from Kane Richardson.
It was a tight one as well, wasn't it? The delivery was a good one. It was just a touch too short. Just misses the off stump. That's the run out chance. Possible. And he got the ball in his hand, Richardson.
2 balls left for Agar to finish with 6 for. Well, I figured against Rabada there was always a chance, as Rabada was certain to take him on. Tabraiz Shamsi to face Ashton Agar's last ball of the night. A memorable performance from Australia's left-arm spinner. 4 overs, 12 dot balls in that, 5 for 24, and his mates come to congratulate him. He's bowled very smart, very tidy. It's proved to be too much for South Africa tonight.
Yeah, outstanding. That's how the hat-trick started, though. That was Faf du Plessis trying to clear the boundary. That one around the wicket with a different angle, straightens. And then Del Steyn gets his hat-trick, gets his first hat-trick. And then Pat van Biljon looking for boundaries. Was his 4th. And then Ngidi straight to David Warner.
Equal best figures here at the Wanderers, matching Bhuvaneshwar Kumar, who also picked up 5 for 24 on this ground. Those two know each other well, growing up together in Perth at Mitchell Marsh and Ashton Agar.
What's up?
Stark has figures 1 for 23. Richardson none for 20. Cummins 2 for 13. Zampa 1 for 9. Agar 5 for 24, all of them excellent tonight. Bowled him, and so finishes the first T20 international between South Africa and Australia, and the Australians utterly dominant. A superb performance from first till last, bowling the South Africans out for 89. The pursuit of 196 always looked unlikely. But by heaven, they've played some good cricket here. They've come very eager for these 3 matches and then 3 one-days against the South Africans. They've trained up in the high veld, loved every minute of it. They performed tonight as if they are to be serious contenders when the World T20 comes around in October in Australia. This is South Africa's lowest total in the T20 International, bowled out for 89. Previous lowest score was 98 against Sri Lanka. Colombo, previous worst effort against the Australians, 107 Melbourne Cricket Ground. Vincent, it's hard to know what to say from South Africa's point of view.
Yeah, they'll be very disappointed with their game overall. First half of the game, they probably would have felt that they didn't bowl well enough, and again, a lack of partnerships in the second half. We bowled out on 89. Maybe Australia definitely had too many runs to deal with, but that man in picture was just outstanding. Got a hat-trick and finished with figures of 5 for 25. Had a wonderful game. Made sure that the South Africans were put under pressure, but you have to give credit though to the opening bowlers, the seamers in the power play. They were just outstanding.
It's like a little boy, doesn't he? He's almost embarrassed to receive the applause for his performance. I imagine it sorts the player of the match award anyway. So South Africa have to get themselves together. These games are coming around quickly, you know. Port Elizabeth on Sunday and then Cape Town on Wednesday. Justin Langer, the coach, will be delighted. Mark Boucher, the coach, will be everything but delighted. Real blow for the South Africans to lose Quinton de Kock's second ball of the innings, particularly as Temple Boomer's missing out with a hamstring issue. My guess is that Boucher and de Kock might have a few harsh words to say.
Also, I mean, if you look at the start of the game, Heinrich Klaasen got injured 5 minutes before the toss as well. So 4 changes for the South African side, playing against the Australians. And you think about how well they've played so far in this against England. That top order was playing nicely, good opening partnerships, but with Temba Bavuma out of the team, Heinrich Klaasen 50 of just a few deliveries the other night. So new personnel. Faf du Plessis out of action for a few weeks now. A debutant in Pite van Biljon. They needed desperately a good start with the bat, but not to be. The Australians were just brilliant.
And this, the one that finished it, a leg spinner from Adam Zampa. Ripping back through KG Rabada, who played some splendid strokes. 22 he made from 19 balls. Scoring rate for the South Africans of 6 and over was much more realistic on this surface than the near to 10 and over made by the Australians. Fireworks for Ashton Agar. Not for any of the 11 players who opposed him tonight. So there we have it. Quinton de Kock out early. So too Rassie van der Dussen. The only player to make any impression on that attack at the top of the order was Faf du Plessis. Played very well for 24 before he perished as the rate climbed. Caught on the cover boundary. Then the hat-trick from Ashton Agar, who finished with 5 tonight. 22 from Rabada, as I've just mentioned. But a sorry tale in response to the Australians' total of 196 for 6. Nothing to show the partnerships graphic, nothing particularly relevant anyway. Arders, Rabada and Van Biljon stayed to save face, really, as much as anything else. There's Ashton Ager's performance with 4 overs of really tight, intelligent left-arm slow bowling. 12 dot balls in it, 24 runs conceded, 5 wickets taken. A night, a place, an occasion he'll remember forevermore, one imagines. And a quick reminder of the whole of the game. The Australians 196 for 6. Steve Smith and Aaron Finch had a good partnership in the face of some really poor bowling from the South Africans. Short, wide mainly. Every short ball got punished. Sometimes cleanly, sometimes with a bit of fortune. There were plenty of top edges and bottom edges to go with the fine strokes. And then South Africa bowled out for 89. Simply not good enough tonight. The Australians' margin of victory, a monumental 107 runs. So there's the scene at the Wanderers. It's emptying fast. There's no sense of the celebration we often feel at this great ground. Australia victorious by 107 runs. Port Elizabeth and Newlands to come. We'll take a short break and then be back for the presentation.
Australia champions 2018.
There it is, sublime batting.
Oh, you beauty.
This is a monster strike.
That is brilliant.
The exhilaration you feel on the road comes from the limits we push on the track. Oh, what a feeling. Toyota.
Well, you're obviously with Alinta Energy.
Yeah, of course. Especially with their great energy deal.
Shall we test them out?
Turn it off, mate.
Join over 1 million Australians. Switch to Alinta Energy, supporting your home team.
There's nothing better than actually looking at a project and that feeling of completion when you've actually done it and knowing that you've saved the money, you've done it yourself, and you get to enjoy it.
Holman Spotlight Value Pack, only $99. Ryobi 18-volt lawnmower kit, $399. Karcher handheld steam cleaner, $139. 5-litre Cabot Aquadeck Ready Bucket, just $89.
Where you find a competitor's lower price, on the same stock datum will beat it by 10%.
Bunnings Warehouse.
Shop at Bunnings wherever you are, whenever you want.
I was on the servo and I saw in the CCTV screen this balding bloke with the same jacket as me. But when I turned around, there was nobody there. And that was it.
Reached your turning point? The doctors at Ashley and Martin could help regrow your hair.
Harvey Norman $500 million 5-day sale with 60 months interest free. This Lenovo IdeaPad laptop only $477, save $171. Hisense 75-inch 4K smart TV just $13.95 plus $100 fuel card. Hisense 460-litre fridge only $6.94. Up to 50% off mattresses, ensembles in Manchester plus bonus local delivery. Munro Fabric Lounge Suite with chaise and recliner actions only $19.99 plus a massive 60 months interest free. Many more deals in store and online. Hurry, sale ends Monday at Harvey Norman.
Go!
the Wanderers, where Australia have just given South Africa a real thumping. 196 for 6 plays 89. That margin of victory in a 20-over game is massive. 107 for the Australians. Great night for Ashton Agar. And we're going to head downstairs now because Mike Hazeman is ready with the presentation.
Okay, presentation time. Before we go any further, I'd just like to thank KFC for their support of this T20 International Series. They're with us during the England Series as well, and again with us during the Australian Series. So thanks again for their support. I'd like to introduce the gentleman alongside me, Dhruv Kaul, who is the Chief Marketing Officer of KFC. Dhruv, welcome. If I can please ask Quinton de Kock to come forward. Quinton? Quinny, I know you're disappointed. Just a couple of questions. I mean, just a little bit weird, and I'm sure you had the same thing going through your mind after the England series and the guys were tuned up, the fact they couldn't get their length right at the start with the ball.
Yeah, I'm not too sure. I'm not quite too sure what happened there. You know, I think the energy was there, but just obviously skills wasn't good enough tonight.
And I'm sure that it's a difficult thing to address with only a day between these games, the next one in Port Elizabeth. But the extras, I'm sure that's something you're not going to settle with as a captain. And also some fielding lapses, which is most unusual.
Yeah, obviously, you know, we try and pride ourselves in our fielding. Obviously, tonight we weren't at our best at that also. But as long as the boys, you know, get up tomorrow and, you know, try and fight for the next game.
So there is no time, really. I mean, how do you address that between now and the next game on Sunday, which is an afternoon game in Port Elizabeth?
Well, there's not so much you could do at practice because there probably won't be, but it's more of a mental thing. As long as the boys come out to, you know, strong and not still disappointed from tonight, and they still come out there and they fight on Sunday, it would be great to see.
Okay, we look forward to seeing you guys bounce back in PE. See you then.
Cool, thank you.
Okay, Quinny, thank you very much for your views. I'd like to now announce the KFC Man of the Match as adjudicated by the Supersport commentators. It was a pretty easy job, of course, for us to announce that the winner of the KFC Man of the Match is the bloke who got his first hat-trick ever today and also ended up with 5 for 24, Ashton Agar. Ashton, please come forward and receive your trophy from Dhruv. Come and have a quick chat with me, Ashton. How exciting was that, your first hat-trick? That's a good time to bring it.
It was really exciting. Obviously a highlight of my cricketing life, but my job's made a lot easier when I got Mitch Stark, Paddy Cummins, you know, Rich Owens-Amps doing the job before me. So
you seem to have everything covered from a bowling point of view. I mean, Mitch Stark in that sort of form, the way he got rid of Quinton de Kock makes a massive difference.
It's unbelievable to have a guy steaming in, swinging the ball away at 150k an hour, especially on a wicket like that. You know that puts fear into the opposition. Starting well in T20 cricket, that's what it's all about, and we did that today.
And back to your own performance, you bowled over, you bowled around, you varied your pace. You seem to be on total control today. Why did it go so well for you?
It's funny, I was actually feeling horrible leading into the game, and I don't know, just that self-belief at the top of the mark to just let it all out and give it your best go. Obviously, when the wicket turns a bit, get a bit of assistance, your job's made a bit easier, and you get on a roll and you keep going.
And the captain's catch?
Unbelievable catch. I think he really enjoyed it as well. He was halfway off the ground when I looked over, but great catch, great team performance, good game.
Ashton, well done. KFC Man of the Match, congratulations.
Thank you. Cheers, mate.
Terrific. Ashton Agar, of course, the Man of the Match. If I can now have a chat to the winning captain today, Aaron Finch. Aaron, you can't ask much more than that. That was a seriously good clinical performance.
Yeah, absolutely it was. I thought the way that we set the tone in the field there, we took a couple of really sharp chances early. That was fantastic. Obviously, Ashton gets the rewards today, and the length that he bowled was beautiful as well. So all round, a pretty good performance.
I read that you said you watched quite a bit of the England-South Africa series, which was high octane stuff, yet you just blew them away today. Why do you think that happened so easily?
Oh, I think when you're chasing a score of 200 plus or around that mark, that you have to get off to a good start. And a lot of things have to go right in your chase. And I thought the way that we started our bowling innings, obviously Starkey moving the ball first up and bowling Quinton with a beauty, it always just puts you on the back foot as a team batting second. So, but then again, I would have batted second too if I had the choice as well. So nice toss to lose.
And also something that I know you work very hard with your team is the intent with the ball in hand. The intent from all your bowlers today and backed up in the field was really impressive.
Yeah, I thought the way that we attacked the crease and bowled a really good aggressive length was really crucial. And we pride ourselves on not giving away width with the new ball and making them hit good shots to good balls. So if someone comes out and blasts you off for a good ball, off good balls, you take your hat off to them. So that's all we're trying to do, replicate and dictate sort of what we're doing with the ball and not let them get away and put us on the back foot.
And were you happier with the catch than what Ashton was with the hat-trick?
I think so. That's about 10% chance of me catching that. So, no, he bowled beautifully. He deserved all the rewards today. And like I said, the length and just a little bit of assistance in the wicket makes a huge difference in T20 when you're looking to go very hard.
Aaron, thanks for your time. Well played today. See you in a couple of days.
Thank you, mate. Cheers.
Terrific. Aaron Finch, of course, the happy captain of Australia. He played very well in the first game. That concludes the presentation.
Mike Haseman down there with the presentation ceremony, and a delighted Ashton Agar and Aaron Finch. Understandably so too, a terrific performance. Okay, here's a game, England and South Africa in the ICC Women's World T20 Cup, taking place in Australia right now, just got underway. That's Sunday, 23rd of February, day after tomorrow. We'll be with you at 12:30. And also on Sunday, of course, the second match in this series with you at 2 o'clock for the second of the KFC T20 Internationals. Remember that start time, 2 o'clock. It's an afternoon game, not a day-nighter. So 3 matches in this series. Australia have won the first by an enormous distance, 107 runs tonight. We go to Port Elizabeth on Sunday, as I say, 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Then an evening game at Newlands on Wednesday. Until Sunday then, bye-bye from all of us.
Welcome one and all to the Bull Ring. A good crowd in. We expect more to come in. A first of 3, and we expect fireworks here at the Wanderers. Let's get things started then.
And Warner immediately off the back foot. Too short from Steyn, too strong from Warner. Oh, wait, that should be caught. And it is caught. What a blow. Warner, second ball. He thumps it through the covers. My goodness me, what a start that is. 4, wicket 4. And the man is back and might catch it. Oh, he hasn't seen it. Dale Steyn hasn't seen the ball. Whoa.
Give yourself some room. Is this one going to be out? Yes, it is.
Oh, gone for the big one. Miller takes it. Oh, got him. That's him gone. Australia have gone from 114 for 2 to 117 for 4. Turn up, enjoy the tunes. Whatever. You can kind of do what you want. Nicely played, nicely placed. 4 runs. That's a shot. Oh, yes.
Good night, how about that? Oh, well, it's the end of that innings. What? No way. The innings finishes on 196 for 6. A tricky run chase, but certainly doable.
Oh, that is an absolute beauty. That is a sensational delivery. Giving ourselves some room. He has hit that very high indeed. Down to third man, and it is a blinder. Out.
Oh, that's in front, you know. That's in front. That's out. 2 in a row for Ashton Agar. Got him! That's him! Gone! Ashton Agar with a hat-trick for Australia. It's the 12th in T20 cricket. It's the 2nd for Australia after Brett Lee.
Here's Ashton Agar, who was thumped that into the hands of Long On. Well, what a disappointment. Agar's 5th wicket. A triumphant night for the tall, slim man from Perth. A superb performance from first till last. Bowling the South Africans out for 89.
This program brought to you by Forex Gold. Good as gold. Toyota. Cricket. Oh, what a feeling. Macca's. Play and win every time with Macca's mini games. And Bunnings Warehouse. Shop wherever you are, whenever you want.